Whenever you fly, you need to plan out not only where you will go, but how high as well at each waypoint. Unfortunately, the altitude hold is not and never will be designed to make sure you reach your target altitude when you reach the waypoint. Therefore, pilots must calculate the vertical speed required to reach the target altitude at the next waypoint using the following formula. Alright, just like any flight with VNav, to get started you'll need a route. But first, we must get some information about the airport we're going to be arriving at. In this video I'll be doing an unrealistically short flight for this aircraft from Tucson, Arizona to Los Angeles, California. Alright, so let's get that information. Alright, we got the elevation in the EFB, which means the VNav calculator will be able to use that number. Next, I want to get the ILS frequency into my nav1. So just do that. Alright. Now, I'll import a route, a loadable route that I've already created. And make sure it's loaded up and everything. Alright. Next, I'm going to go to debug nasal console, and you got to enter the following code: B787.fmc.autogenouts with an underscore and open close parentheses and a semicolon. Click the execute button once you've entered that code and just close it. Next, I'm going to hit the / key on my keyboard, bring up the property browser. I'm going to go to instrumentation, B787 FMC, and a new property has been created called VNav Calcs. As you can see, it it has found out our direction of flight, which is westbound, which is good because, you know, you need to know which way you're going to determine what altitude you're going to be flying on, because, you know, to avoid collisions, you know, that's just the rule. You know, westbound flies on even thousands, well, when above flight level 180, eastbound flies on odd thousands. It's a little different under 180, but it's almost the same. So if you click on the waypoints, oh crap, I missed this step. That's okay. Let's check the weather. Our numbers are changed, so we're gonna ignore this number because that's gonna change. This is the number we gotta worry about. That's the retard data. Alright, so set the altimeter to the correct value. And then, you know, if you've made this mistake, just go back to the nasal console and execute the code again. There we go. And it will change. It'll make sure your altitude, but it'll recalculate everything. So, you know, we got our altitude. Kind of a quick climb here. And then start descent, you know, not much later. That's okay. So yeah, we have our route. This is the point of no return. If you have to make changes in the route manager, you know, do it now, and then rerun the VNAV calcs. Otherwise, you will not want to open the route manager again from this point forward, or the altitudes you punch in to your waypoints will be turned to 0 when you open your route manager, and then, well, that'll just make your flight go bad. Alright. So, we want flight plan, active route. And then just start punching out. In this flight, I'm going to ignore the published, you know, altitude restrictions, just to show how this works, and how that it works well. It has a few kinks in it right now, but it works best with longer flights. I seem to have a few issues with low altitude airports. I mean high altitude airports. Of course, I only tested one airport, so I can't say for certain if there's a problem with that. Los Angeles is a low altitude airport. Its elevation gets around close to 0. So, you know, yeah. Okay, so we've got the cruising altitude in at our first cruising waypoint. Next, you're going to want to put the cruising altitude into the waypoint right after that. Exactly. Because when you head when that waypoint, when this waypoint becomes active, is the point where you're actually starting your cruise. At the other waypoint, it's top of climb. And the VNAV will misbehave unless you do it this way. Alright, so I finished punching waypoints in, and I set my fuel load for this flight. And then I disconnected FGFS Copilot, so I'm Turning this property off. Alright. Now we can get started. Alright, I'm going to give the co-pilot full control. Oh, forgot one thing real fast. We go to Dex.
Virtual co-pilot initialized. Launch set to 20 degrees for takeoff. B1. Rotate. B2. Positive climb, gears up. To 20 knots, flaps retracted.
Ideal climb rate below 10,000 is 2,700 feet per minute. Of course, this next waypoint is kind of high and our ground speed is kind of low at this point, so we can climb at a slower rate. Between 10,000 and flight level 300, ideal climbing rate is reduced to 2,200 feet per minute. Now that we are increasing speed, however, we're going to have to increase climb rate. So we'll be slightly above ideal, but within safe N1 limits. This wouldn't normally happen if you have a lot of waypoints closer together than when you have them spread apart over long distances. Alright, we are just a few miles out from the top of descent. We're going to descend to flight level 300 at roughly 1,636 feet per minute. According to the calculations. Let's see what happens. We're descending kind of fast, but it should correct itself. And it's gently reducing descent rate. I don't know why it still says 2,800 when it just went down below 2,000. And with our ground speed decreasing, the vertical speed, the descent rate, is decreasing as well. Or it was. Yeah, it's decreasing.
Glide slope. Glide slope. Glide slope. Glide slope.